Hello and welcome to The One Show with Alex Jones.
And Matt Baker. Now tonight we're joined by a woman who has played characters with some very memorable names.
Yeah, first there was Purdy.
Then there was Sapphire.
Yeah, followed by the unforgettable Patsy. But for her latest role in Jonathan Creek, we think her new name tops the lot. It is, wait for it,
Rosalind Tartikoff. Please welcome the very lovely Joanna Lumley.
Joanna.
Yeah.
I initially...
Tartikoff. I know. God, I hope they don't ask me. Really thrilling.
Today, of course, Nelson Mandela has been very prominent, but it is a bit more positive than we thought originally because he's responding quite well to the treatment.
He's an oldie.
It's just before we came on, I think you have this incredible story.
Television, as their prison term progressed, was in a coffin and, of course, managed to get free. Wow. Imagine.
Oh, my word.
amazing,
Brilliant.
isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Well, we wish him all the very best.
Yes,
That's what
absolutely.
I'd say. You are planning on getting away from the cold and the rain this weekend and heading off to sunnier climes or even braving it in the UK and maybe going camping. Who knows? Do let us know. We want to know.
Show us your bags and your cases and your car loaded up. If the roof rack's on, take a picture. It probably won't be actually in this weather.
Yeah.
But if you're all packed and ready to go, send us a picture and we'll show some later
We
on.
might even have a canoe in the hallway.
Because it is sort of like Friday. Yes.
Just rug up. Take the canoe.
How are you making the most of it, Joanna?
Oh, yes.
Almost 30 yards and then...
Are you grave on Easter eggs?
Monday, David Cameron said that he wanted to get tough on immigration, a view endorsed by other parties as well.
Some are pointing to the squeeze on school places as one reason why a slowing down on arrivals from abroad should be considered. Now, there's an estimated shortfall of 240,000 primary school places in England alone.
Yeah, well, we've been to one school in Peterborough where none of the 450 pupils speak English as their first language. And in a moment, we're going to be asking the head how she copes. But first, let's hear from the pupils.
To see you, and obviously you have a lovely school. I mean, the pupils would say maybe that it might be an unfair burden on the teachers, you know, dealing with none of them speak English as a first language. Do you agree with that?
Challenge then to do well in the Ofsted reports. I mean, you're at good now. Parents, they're kind of avoiding the school.
We've
Try and readdress the balance because I mean, do you think these? I mean, it's incredible. We've got this list of all the
a community and not isolating themselves.
And you're obviously a very inspirational head, you know, you've got no fewer than 18 teaching assistants, but they still, Joanna, having different...
That would be useful in particularly communicating with parents. And I think...
Brilliant. And you kind of understand it because you...
Well, I love it. My grandfather spoke 13 different languages, and I think that...
On languages at school, I really do. It's my biggest regret, I think.
And I bet it's quite easy for them to pick up the English because, I mean, they're so used to hearing all these different languages that it's really not...
Well, that they...
to meet
And we
you,
have to say
Christine.
thank you for all the pictures that you did as well of me and Alex. It was very kind.
to the whole team.
Now, with freezing temperatures and brisk winds predicted for the Easter weekend, spring feels like a long way off at the moment, but there are a few daffs around, some on my balcony.
Yeah, well, Miranda has been to meet a man who looks at daffs and the world around us, for that matter, in a very different way. Mesmerising those, aren't they? Beautiful. Well, we asked Nick to take a few more photos of a few things that you might recognise, Joanna, with a few little connections to maybe some characters of the past.
Well, this is probably going to be back on our screens, Joanna, on Easter Manoff special.
Yes, I wish I could
Jonathan
tell you what
Creek.
it was about. I mean, it's written by David Renwick, just the way he always used to, where they're really exciting.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
You must have to be in stuff. So what convinced you to go into this?
I know that the part would be written, but when they asked me, I just said yes, and a nano said.
Did you?
And admires you because he came on, didn't he? And he was speaking a bit about Jonathan. Got hand warmers in my shoes because it was so cold, but Joanna was so brave.
And Smith's in it as well, isn't she?
Oh, she's
wonderful.
extraordinary.
She struck you, know, when she met.
No,
I
don't.
felt starstruck when you've met somebody. Wow.
And when I met her, I mean, she was playing a kind of latter-day witch, and we were a coven of hopeless people around her. 2 bedrooms. And Ava said... and she came up and she called, she said, bring me a big jar. It was...
Loads of photos.
Yeah.
We obviously had hundreds and hundreds and hundreds, thousands to choose from. But we found this extraordinary one with you and Leonard.
From America into Switzerland.
For an aunt and
Yeah, well, he
nephew,
always
isn't
had...
it? Why wouldn't you?
And he's about 6 foot.
Oh, I would
Yeah,
have
and
thought
everybody
that
says
he was
he's-
quite small.
Yes.
You should have brought him in with you.
Yeah, he's weird.
Leonardo DiCaprio, but going back to Jonathan Creek, you can see it on Easter Monday at 9 p.m. on BBC One.
Now, next up, Phil Tufnell is reunited with his old friend, Sister Wendy. At this time of year, they can usually be found wandering around art galleries up and down the country.
Yes, well, tonight, they've gone 3D.
Love a day out around
I
Easter, don't
tell
they?
you what, there's harder ways of earning a living, isn't there? With Phil there, brilliant.
There is.
Lovely.
Now, Joanna, you're involved, but also lots of charity stuff. And
Yeah.
you're working alongside Oxfam.
Yes.
I've been.
Well, that's an eminent... sell it for threepence to the local traders, who are just so impressive to see the
Markets that sell the clothes,
That's right.
yeah. And I have to admit, I went into the said shop today and saw the bin, so started rooting through it, but of course it was closed.
Stranger, are you, to recycling? Here, just have a look at this. You'll be amazed.
I just had.
Wow. I mean, I don't know what, but that is remarkable.
I've still become very bad. So
What we asked for earlier was for people to send us shots of their packing. So we've got this is Louis Pass here. Have a super time.
yes, look, I've got a.
And I've just got to say very quickly,
Yeah.
Greg Ladd, have a super time.
Yes. Now, just before we go, have you got a garage that's full to the brim of junk like this one that Jasmine has?
Box of VHSs.
Yes. Now, that's it for tonight. Thank you so much to...
Lovely.
Well, exclusive look at the Coaches performance on Saturday's The Voice, which is coming up right after us.
Yes, and tomorrow Chris and I will be joined by the one and only Meatloaf.
I'll see you on Monday. Happy
Have a great
Easter.
weekend. Bye.
Thank you.